Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of May 20th. We are jumping off into Gemini season starting today. So happy Gemini season. Taurus, that means you're going into your post shadow. So we'll go, what the fuck, I don't need these in there. Aries to Pisces. What's going on as we jump into this Gemini season? We also have our Venus and Mars are both in fire signs right now. Fire is fueled by air, so we might be pumping up all of that energy that we are outputting. It could be either, in like how we personally relate to people. It could be at work, and just the actions that we take right now. They could be very flamed on. So know that going into right now. Okay, so Aries to Pisces. Last shuffle. Okay. Aries, we have the High Priestess. High Priestess for Aries. I don't know how to make her not fuzzy. Oh, okay, well that's as close as you're gonna get to her. Anyways, High Priestess is saying that, so Aries right now, Venus is in your sign. And so the High Priestess is flaming on that space within you that, is seeing things very intuitively for what they are. So what the High Priestess is asking you to do right now is, yes, just because Venus is flamed on in your sign right now, you might be learning how to communicate from a softer presence. And also with, you see all these pomegranates in the background of her in her curtain, it's saying that there are, not everything needs to be said all the time. There are things that you can keep for yourself. So that's what we're getting for Aries, is that you do not need to be putting, you don't have to be so direct with your energy right now. Be soft with it. This week is about being soft with your energy and maybe saving some fruits for yourself. That not everything needs to be shared. Yeah? Okay. So on to Taurus, you are in your post shadow of your season. You have the Strength card reversed. Strength card reversed. So what that is saying is that you have, again, with all of this fiery and air energy now, that is not where Taurus likes to live. And so you just may feel like a fish out of water. You are not in an environment that feels suitable for you. Do not waste energy on things that aren't going to go anywhere. It could be things like conversations or debates with people. If it's not going to go anywhere, you are just wasting energy. It could be, if you are asked to stay late when you know that you have other things to do, do not overexert yourself. Do not overcommit yourself to things. Take some time for you to recharge, or actually, even just get into your body. So if you have taken a break from, just getting a lot more movement, just do whatever you can to replenish yourself, so that when you are in situations where you want to, or where you need to be on, if you're in, if you know that you need to be on for an event or something, make sure that you are charged up for it and you're not going in on an empty tank. Yeah? Okay. That was Taurus. We are at Gemini. It's your birthday season. You are still doing a thing. It's your party and you can cry if you want to, I guess. You got the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is saying, Gemini, what is weighing on your head right now? Is it keeping you up late at night? Don't let things, don't go to bed. In an argument is one thing that people like to say about, you should never go to bed angry with other people, but address the things that are weighing on you, so that you can get your rest. Yeah, this might be a time for you to actually speak and voice into the space things that are weighing on you, so that you can, relieve the burden that you're carrying for no reason right now. Yeah. All right, that is Gemini. We are at Cancer. Wow. Cancer, you got the 5 of Wands. I'm going to figure out, there we go. I can be about here. And that's how it's going to work out the best. So Cancer, you have 5 of Wands. And what 5 of Wands is telling you to do, and you are in your pre-shadow to your season, and you might feel conflicted about, what is your drive even at this point in life? You want to go into your next solar cycle, your solar returns. You want to come at it from a place where you feel like fulfilled, and I'm seeing it as you're conflicted by whatever it is that drives you right now. And I can't tell you what it is that is your little fire, Cancer, but what you can do is really just address, like, what is this battle happening? It could be, you are feeling pulled towards, I want to say a move. It doesn't have to be a move. It doesn't have to be a physical, like moving locations, but you might want to move into a new job. You might want to move into doing more movement, or like bringing in something that will, like, just feed your creativity. But you're conflicted because there might be a time restraint or whatever little things. It might not be something that's going to be suitable for you to do, and like just like the timing of you and like what other people in your life need right now. But you have to remember that you come first, and you need to make sure that you are taking care of your needs, and that like prioritize things like, if you really want to be, get into like, like if it was like something like photography, like you got to give yourself the time to do that. So you are feeding yourself before, like you have to prioritize, like, getting those kids to school and all that stuff. Like that can happen. You just have to also carve out time for you, right? Cancer, carve out time for you right now. And then all of these things will figure themselves out. Okay. All right, so we got Leo, and Leo is doing a thin. You got the 2 of Cups here. That is pretty hot. And it was weird because Mars is the one that's in your sign. And so what I'm seeing, Leo, is that if you want something, it doesn't have to be a person, although that's what this card represents. It could be a person. It could just be, you want to be on a better understanding with somebody. You just have to go direct communication, clearly state out what you need and want from whatever situation or person that you are communicating with. Be direct and clear with yourself first, and then take it to that person. Just, calm down that Mars energy a touch, and don't just go directly blurting things out. Like, you really want to be honest and clear with what your intentions are before you take it to another person right now. Yeah, not a bad place. Okay, Virgo. Virgo has the 8 of Wands. And also, again, it's like, it's very up in the air. Virgo, you just want to pick, because it seems like there's a lot of fast moving things in your life right now, Virgo. And you want to just harness, like, anchoring on to one of those things at a time. So Virgo, if you think you are a great multitasker, good for you. But I think what this card is asking to do is actually, instead of spreading yourself thin, choosing 1 or 2 things to focus on. Like I was told once that, after work, pick 2 big things you want to get done that day. And that's it. Don't be pushing yourself to the limit. 1 or 2 things, that's it. So it'd even be like, because what I used to do, like for Tarot Tuesdays, because like I used to do it live, I would go to work, then I would teach yoga, then I would like maybe fit 1 or 2 people in for like a meeting, reading, whatever. And then I would do the Tarot Tuesday. And then I might even lead a ceremony or something after said. So like that whole time slot, my whole day is jam-packed. So what it would be asking for you, Virgo, is pick 1 or 2 things. So like if in that schedule of things, like if it was Tarot Tuesday and yoga, that is it, nothing else in the calendar. Cut it all out. So whatever that looks like for you, Virgo, don't spread yourself too thin with too many things. Like, cut things back. All right. We got Libra. Here we are. Knight of Swords running in there. That's us. Air signs. All right, Libra. It's saying that, and I think this has been a big learning for Libra, just speaking as a Libra, I think it's been a big learning for us that we are very direct now, because the stereotype, is that we are indecisive, wishy-washy. And no, we are being very direct with our intentions right now. We are very direct in our thoughts, just like, Libra, like we have been training our whole lives to be direct and concise with what we want. And so we have to follow through on these thoughts and making them real. So that's where we are. Libra is like, we're also being very direct and focused with all this fiery energy right now. It's a very focused way of how we're moving forward. Yep. Okay, Scorpio, you have the Three of Pentacles. So I see Scorpios scheming. I see you scheming. Like right now, this may not be a very action-based, I would say, month for you. All the Gemini season might not be a very active getting things done, but you might be prepping and planning. You might be drafting, setting up things. It can be very productive, especially if you need to have communications with other people, like other coworkers or clients or people, just to set up things. It's going to be very productive in that sense. You might not see the tangible outcomes of what you are producing, but you are in a heavy planning stage of getting things done. Yeah? Okay. That was Scorpio. We are at, who is this? Sagittarius. Sagittarius has the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is saying that Sagittarius with Virgo and Venus and Mars and fire signs are not yours, but like you have this energy at this time where if there are any things that you want to like bring forth at this time, I would say it's not even bringing things forth. Like you are here sitting and savoring the fruits of your labor. So whatever you've been working on for maybe like the last year or so, you're actually able to sit and see like, what you have produced at this time. So Sagittarius, jumping into this Gemini season, you might just be this week in a place where you're just accepting that you've done a good job, and so live in that gratitude for this week of you've done what you've done, and now you have produced whatever little like fruits of your labor that came out of it. So enjoy them. Yeah. Cool. All right. We got 3 left. We got Capricorn, 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Again, it seems like a very successful spot that you've landed. Capricorn, you as well know where your, I'm going to call it wealth is. But wealth is not just like financial wealth. Like right now, you might be feeling like if you've been getting back into like running or something, like your body's like maybe feeling the best it has in a minute. But yeah, your wallet might be feeling the best it's been in a minute. Whatever it is, just like, think about wealth as more than just money. One of my Capricorns is messaging me right now. That's amazing. Anyways, but, and you can't see where I was pointing. I can see it because it's on my phone. But anyways, yeah, wealth is more than just like money. Are you wealthy like with like the company that you keep, with just like, like the way that you live your life, Capricorn? You just want to make sure that you are, you're keeping track that like, like even if like if one of these areas of like you aren't feeling good in one of these arenas, know that like there is abundance around you. It doesn't have to look tangible. Yeah? Okay. It could be spiritual. emotional, mental wealth that you are feeling. And it's not necessarily just like, yeah, money in the bank. Okay, we got Aquarius, Page of Swords. All the air signs have been in their element, but like Gemini was having a time. Anyways, so Aquarius, Page of Swords is saying that, you know, I think that there were lessons for Aquarius over this winter time, which, you know, they might not have even been like, you know, like not like school lessons. I feel like life lessons had been felt throughout the Aquariuses this winter time, and you are finally coming to a place where it is not weighing down your mind anymore. You have learned better ways of focusing your energy around that isn't, you know, like it isn't going to get sucked into like some drama or get sucked into some gossip, all that shit, like, or just like sucked into like negative thought space. Like you have figured out ways to, like, you know, like you figured out those patterns and you decided, nope, I don't need to give into those thoughts anymore. I'm actually pretty good. So yeah, you're walking in this now. Even if it doesn't feel like you're fully out of whatever clouds you were in, Aquarius, you are moving towards a better place of approaching life. Yeah. All right, last one, Pisces. Wow. You got the Death card. Look at that. It's right side up. So that's pretty nice. And so, you know, I don't see the Death card in a place of fear. I see it from a place of transformation. So, Pisces, there just might be things that you're willing to let go at this time. And like, that's the thing, is like, once you let things go, Pisces, like if you don't hold on to grudges, if you don't hold on to like hurt from the past, if you don't hold on to, like, you know, if you are working in a place that feels toxic and garbage, like you have the ability to take action on that and just, you know, leave this space. If it doesn't feel good anymore, leave. There are always other things out there. So, you know, it could be death, you know, and like one of the things that I was thinking about today is how, like, you know, not like a physical death that has that happened in my life was like when I got my dog, and I was wearing this dress at the time too, because he was chewing on these. He was chewing on this part of my dress, and I had to, in that moment of spending 2 hours with this puppy, just staring into his little eyeballs, I had to give up that freedom that I had, where it was like, okay, I can just pick up and like go away for a few weeks, whatever, and it's like gonna be fine. Like, no, I need to make sure that this dog is alive. And like in that moment of meeting this dog, it was also like, because he's chewing on my shit, I was like, I gotta move all the plants that are toxic to animals. I got to move up my cord so he doesn't get electrocuted. All of these things. That former me that wasn't taking care of this dog needed to go so that I can allow this dog to exist in my space. Is he with me right now? No. But you know, I found a way to make it work how it does for both of us. You know, it is what it is. So Pisces, you got the Death card. Don't be afraid of like a literal death. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing it being a transformative time for you. So take it as it is, and don't, you know, like, yeah, like once you lose the weight of whatever it is that you're holding on to, could be grief, whatever it is, feel it and let it go. Like, yeah, like I've gone through like a pretty big grief in this last year, and it took me a minute, but I'm finally coming out of that stuff. So Pisces, let go. That's your message. All right, that was everybody for this week. Happy Gemini season, and I'll see you next week. Bye.